Hello. Nate is still removing supports from my latest printing project, so I have assumed control of the keyboard.
Yes.
God help you. Nate did already pick the videos, though, most of them. So we're going to do everything great about The Incredibles, because this is the one Kyra wanted to do next. So, man, Incredibles is a fucking good movie.
Oh, probably my favorite Pixar film.
Mine too.
Stupid good.
Because...
Have they done wrong with or great about The Incredibles 2 yet?
It's not out on DVD yet, so no.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
not, no, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot
I'm
that
excited for that one, though.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear what he's got to say about the new Supers.
Me and Nick saw this in theaters twice. The Incredibles 2, not regular.
Not this one, because you probably didn't know Nick back then.
I did not. Mom told me, I asked her, though, if I was into The Incredibles before I got it on DVD, and she said, we went to see it in the theaters, like, once or twice, the original one. I'm like, I don't remember that at all, but okay.
I can't remember if I saw this in theaters or not, but I think maybe I did. I didn't get to go see movies all that much because
Craziness.
Well, I don't really have that many friends.
Well, now
I mean,
do.
let's be fair. I still don't.
I was about to say, well, you still don't. You have like 3.
Well, you got us now.
Oh, that's a high estimation. I can think of. I'm gonna go with 1.
Why 1?
Micah.
Wow.
So you don't consider us friends?
Sorry.
Well,
anyway.
you're an evil bastard.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to get the board together to oust me. Oh wait.
I told you he hates us.
No, I don't. I don't.
Aha, I see the pipe.
Hey! There's a lot of fine detailing in there. There's a lot of support structure to remove. I think there might actually be more support structure than robot, but I can't. Don't quote me.
In terms of overall...
In terms of area, yes, but in terms of plastic,
mass, no.
I don't think so.
No, mass. The mass of this thing pretty much wholly belongs to the robot. The robotsman.
And me and Heather are gonna learn 3D printing soon, so that's gonna be fun.
Heather's got it pretty well down, but I'm gonna have you all help me with some maintenance that I've never tried before, so that'll be fun.
Oh.
But for right now, let's do everything wrong with The Incredibles.
Everything great about
The Incredibles, because we already did everything wrong with The Incredibles way back when we still sat on a futon that was very uncomfortable and almost killed me.
Extremely uncomfortable.
God, like every week I left there with so much pain.
It's when you had a baby
in my
face.
Butt. I mean, I just
that was weird. I'm sorry.
Shaved. I need to shave, but also I just don't because
don't want to.
It's like boy in a band's your depression goatee, even though it's not a goatee.
Yeah, it kind of is. It's kind of it's a whole thing. Anyway, let's watch this video.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Nah, you're fine. All right. I mean, you can keep. Dang.
It's looking good.
It is looking good.
I was like, if he doesn't put it down, there's going to be people in the comments like, why is he doing that?
This is just like the Pokemon Go thing again. Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Oh,
no one.
It'll happen to you.
I don't have Pokemon Go on this.
Really?
Not anymore.
There are a ton of reasons this movie works and is amazing, but this background track setting up the film with the first thing you hear is a big one.
Yeah.
Instead of going with a strictly animated superhero tone, the movie is a new mix of superheroes and 60s Bonds and is in fact set in 1963. Also, it's completely different from the usual Pixar logo music.
It's true.
Sometimes I just want it to stay saved, you know.
Interesting behind the scenes look at superheroing. Also, just in general, this universe where superheroes are like plumbers, another necessary if not glamorous cog in our society. No offense to plumbers, you guys are the real heroes. But rather than a big setup how awesome they are, action montage, or cold open battle, it's just real people being interviewed.
Man, it's fantastic. It's so good.
Keep it clean for 10 minutes.
Please.
Trying to leave on a high note, a la George Costanza.
Yep.
That's just a really good logo. Got the E and the G mixed together.
It's a really good logo, yeah.
Some good branding.
just that.
And then a blending of a cliche superhero theme overpowered by Giacchino's Bond-style theme.
Yep.
Brad Bird, this color grading and hazy tone used for the prologue scene. You can almost feel the heat in the air.
Ah!
Two birds, one tree. Also, thank goodness for cartoon physics because that dude would be dead.
It's true.
Reflection of the street lamp in the tire hubcap. It's not an eye.
Oh, that's
Time
real
of day
good.
continuity with the sun shining in and creating stark shadow contrast to the insanely rich sunset giving Wakanda a run for its money. I mean, look at those colors.
Yeah.
You doing anything later?
I have a previous engagement.
Ha, a literal one. You know, because they're engaged to be married.
Did you see the little jump in her step?
Yep.
A
Sensitivity.
little. It's real good.
Wow, so that's an interesting quandary that they just sort of glaze over.
Well, I finally figured out who
Yeah.
I am. I am your ward.
Two things. Buddy's
You're-
reflection being bigger, foreshadowing his importance later on, and the fact that my man Jason Lee voices his younger self.
Yeah.
I'd say this is persistence.
Yeah.
One
God
of the ways
damn
this
it.
film sticks to realism is showing the limits of their powers when it makes sense. Like Mr. Incredible wincing before the train
Eh.
impact. Just because he can stop it doesn't mean it won't hurt.
Yeah.
Bird actually said it was something he planned on putting in right from the beginning as a way to humanize the hero. These
Yeah.
are all the cape users. Dead cape users.
Yeah.
For Mr. Incredible's actions, so-called, causes him daily pain.
Hey, I saved your life.
Didn't save my life, you ruined my set.
Another realistic repercussion of taking the law into your own hands.
Yeah.
But then on the other side, an increase in crime is hinted at in the newspaper. Just a high-angle shot like this does so much to show the pain and monotony of Bob's existence next to a support structure with a high-voltage line on it, visually exaggerating how much he doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
Now I see why this was set in the 60s. Put this film in modern day and Mr. Griffin could have used a high frame rate camera and dash it
It's
It's true.
Good one.
So, realistic period detail, but man,
Coincidence?
the 60s were a
I think
terrifying
not.
time.
Everyone's special, Dash. Which is another way of saying no one is.
Egalitarianism burn. More quality visual storytelling. Maybe my wife's just wicked smart, but she had never seen this movie until now, and she immediately knew what Violet's power would be. That's
Wow.
because Brad Bird makes it clear with Violet's hunched posture and the hair in front of her face that she enjoys being hidden. Let's
Yeah.
talk about Brad Bird's usage of depth of field in a movie where you can have everything in focus if you want at any and all times. Having certain things out of focus helps pull your attention to different subjects on screen when you look at
Yes.
a live-action film.
Yep.
Making weird faces again.
Realism.
You on tape and you still got away with it? Whoa. You must have been booking. How fast do you think you were going?
Encouragement?
You're cutting
I
into the
love
table.
Display of all their powers. Even superpowered families struggle with the same stuff we do. Appropriately frizzy hair.
Yep.
Oh, if you watch Jack in the background, he follows along with the conversation.
What does Dave Von Ruthless do? He starts monologuing.
He's monologuing.
I mean, a guy has me on a platter and he won't shut up.
Superhero movie making fun of a supervillain trope.
Yep.
It's great.
Just this slow pan towards the police scanner before it's the focus while Frozone is telling his story.
It's so good.
Gonna gush about the score again. It just transports you back to Lazenby and Connery Bomb.
Yeah.
A lot of it was recorded on analog tapes to give the horns that distinct sound.
I did not
And
know
Bird
that.
actually talks about his focal length in this scene. It's as if the camera is concerned with Frozone, but just like the cop doesn't realize what's actually happening. And just in case you thought these heroes murder police officers, his eyes are moving. He'll be fine. Probably.
Yeah, it's fine.
Mr. Incredible is humming his own theme.
It's so good!
What an awesome physical representation of how even though Bob is huge, he and his wife are equals in more ways than one. Spot on depiction of how important the boss thinks he is, having 4 clocks for different time zones, even though they're all the same.
All the same
Or
time,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's just obsessed with that whole clock metaphor of his. So this is a memo telling InsureCare employees that phone calls, electricity consumption, and even pencils will be deducted from their pay, while at the same time thanking the employees for making it the most profitable year ever. So, if anyone deserves to be thrown through a wall...
Yeah.
Yeah, but the joke's on him with those leopard print pants. There are some fun details in this room. Bob doodles his own logo, he has a jar of bullets that bounced off his chest, and just a bunch of
I never
fun
That's a-
noticed that.
fan art
Yeah.
on the walls. Also, so appropriate that an artist rendering of Mr. Incredible would look nothing like Bob, since people somehow see someone completely different.
Yeah.
This message will self-destruct.
So I think JJ ripped this scene off almost entirely
Uh-oh.
for Mission Impossible 3, just swapping out the tablet for a disposable camera. So that's gotta count for something.
Yeah.
Also, Bird riffs on the self-destructing message in his Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Yep.
That's one thing I liked about Ghost Protocol is that it riffed on itself every
Clearly
now
not
and
the first
again.
time Bob's dealt with a self-aware human murdering machine. Or, possessed houses that kidnap your daughter. Something so simple
Yeah.
like this over-the-robot shoulder camera angle is an example of one of the many things that elevates this film above others of its kind. Wouldn't be a 60s throwback movie with a little lava inside a volcano.
It's true.
Practic generosity.
Thanks, man.
I love.
He realized he just tricked it into pulling its own brains out. I hope our future AI overlords will know that scenes like this were all in good fun.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Now it's a 60s throwback movie.
Man,
Formal
retractable
dining room next
lava
to a
waterfall
retractable lava
wall.
Waterfall wall?
He's attracted to power. So am I.
And a reasonable reason for living there. Besides the opportunities for ridiculously beautiful shot composition.
Man.
A moving up in the world,
Those
spending
fucking
more
shots
quality
are
time with
great.
your family, getting in shape in some more visually stunning locations, I might add. And
Yep.
a PG rekindling the spark
Yoink.
with your wife montage
Yoink.
is the fastest way to, rekindle that spark with your wife.
Man.
Making her wall
My
card
girl
more
Edna.
relevant.
Yeah.
darling, but I accept.
I was going to say something about how funny Edna is with her slightly Asian, slightly German accent and praise the excellent voice work by her voice actor.
But it's
Brad
Brad Bird.
She's voiced by Brad Bird. Probably common knowledge, but it blew my mind.
Yeah.
They actually wanted Lily Tomlin.
Yeah.
But when Brad Bird did the
78 degrees.
Yeah.
shadowing.
You know what
Yeah.
they say? No man is an island, unless you're Paul Simon. Even the futuristic tech has a mid-century's vision of the future.
Yeah.
Room A113.
What room now? How could he possibly remember such an uniconic number? Ugh, look at the shadows of the leaves outside through the window. Such beauty created rather than captured.
Yeah.
Love the subtle sounds of the robot moving around outside.
Yeah.
Through quite a few
I'm surprised he didn't mention the S on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't good enough.
Jason Lee kills this role. He's the unsung hero of this film since he's so unlikable. But
Yeah,
crushes
but-
every bit of his performance.
Oh, he's.
Dog, you got me monologuing.
Not only recognizing the trope this time, but
Yeah.
also beating it.
That's one of the best parts.
Edna mode.
Vivi.
And guessed.
That's actually a brilliant security system.
Yeah.
Forced you to enter your passwords, but still end up dead if you want them to.
Can also withstand a temperature of over 1,000 degrees.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Another beautiful shot with the car blocking out the moon as it approaches.
Oh, it's so good.
Syndrome sees himself as the father of all Greek gods. Yeah, that checks out. I like to think Psychwave
Yeah.
would have done a little better. A 1.6? It's kind of interesting, though. It looks like he started with the telekinesis supers first. Not even Harley Quinn destroyed one droid? But man, this is like the Order 66 of this film. Pretty dark to have all these supers dead.
Yeah.
Is that a dolly zoom in an animated film I see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Security system that allows you to question the infiltrator later.
They're just all getting coffee at the same time. Yeah.
Optimism with a touch of realism.
Mm-hmm.
So you do know these people.
Yeah, if your wife was Holly Hunter, literally the most recognizable voice in all of Hollywood after like Morgan Freeman, Sam Elliott, or James Earl Jones.
Don't forget
she'd
Ron
just have to
Perlman.
sigh or cough
Don't
when
forget
she was-
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Mother.
just like
Never
her
mind.
teeth.
I can totally handle anything this baby can dish out.
They actually made a short film to disprove exactly that.
They did.
Yep.
Yeah. India Golf Niner Niner.
India Golf 909 transmitting in the blind guard. Disengage, repeat, disengage.
I love how
India
quickly it
Golf
turns from
Niner
concern
Niner.
watching the baby, something Helen cares deeply about. To
I-G-G.
Elastigirl realizing
G.
her role.
So,
And having
Elastigirl,
something she thought she'd put behind her. She
but
goes from mommy to
incredible.
all business in a split second.
Incredible.
IG.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And it's a genuinely terrifying scene. Not because you think 3 of the 5 mains might die, but because Elastigirl turning on business mode and speaking piloties in a way most of us don't understand but recognize as such means that for a split second she has to choose trying to save their lives over protecting her daughter's psyche and feelings.
Mm-hmm.
In a weird way, Helen's total control of the situation rather than emotional outburst adds to the terror and grounds the scene.
Yeah.
The end of the situation just gets to me.
I'm surprised he didn't mention that Holly Hunter learned the
Sincere horror in her voice is
Yeah.
palpable. Also a bit of an expectation subversion. You probably expected Violet to make the force field at the last second, but not this time.
Nope.
Also, if you're questioning why she was able to protect them, remember this?
Virtually indestructible.
Yep.
Nobody accounts that.
Nope.
And then we're quickly reminded that these are just 2 kids who think they're falling to their deaths.
Nope.
Fa-thwomp.
Brace yourselves!
Yeah.
Will kill you if they get the chance.
And that's an intense but obviously necessary message.
Yes.
Something no parent would ever want to tell them. The instinct would be to protect them from reality, but she knows she has to actually protect them from death.
I think you have
by
to
preparing them.
give your kids a little bit of a hint of reality, otherwise they're going to have some very
sound design and
yeah, that was so good.
I love the amount of detail Bradbury goes into.
Man, I love the skulking around with Elastigirl.
I love
She
this.
gets to show off
This
her
is
moves and use her
one of the
unique
best.
abilities in inventive ways.
Yeah.
You would need a lot of power to restrain old Bobby Boy.
Why are you here? How can you possibly bring me lower? What more can you take away from me?
He has every right to be suspicious since their whole premise was their deception needing to help him with something out of their control. Hugging. I also like that while Bob was cheating on me all along cliches thrown in there real quick. There was never any confusion about what Bob wanted, whether he'd actually have an affair. He's only hugging her because his wife and kids are alive.
Yeah.
So it's the chase through the forest on Endor with those blade drone things from Wild Wild West enlarged to fit a human. I'm just kidding. Getting to see Dash finally stretch his legs, as it were, while being chased by a gyroscopic one-man killing machine is all fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff. I love the look on Dash's face. He's just a kid. He's never been in a fight. It never occurred to him he could dodge punches with these.
Yeah. And he's just like, no, just that glee.
Exactly how a kid reacts to learning.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's all alone, it's worth a couple wins.
Of course.
Yeah.
This scene right here
Man.
almost stole the movie for me.
Yeah,
'cause I was
like,
just like,
him just-
this kid is awesome.
Him just figuring shit out. He's like, oh, man.
Yeah, it's his instincts. He's going basic.
Yeah.
Well, he's by his base instincts. He's a hero. And then right
The
here.
turn. Yep.
But I'm still just happy you're alive.
Love this.
There you are.
Saving your sister.
That's actually a smart move by a
Yeah.
villain.
He
Brother.
did. Like, that was so smart.
Rekindling that old spark.
When you realize as a kid that your parents are more than just your parents when you get to see them do things from their previous life. I mean, for me, it was finding out that they liked music I discovered in middle school. Their parents are badass superheroes.
Yeah, the
Man,
pose.
the pose is so good.
Yes.
Teamwork. Also a
Bunch of
It's my fault. I've been a lousy father. Blind to what I have.
Apology win with Bob relating his character arc about as sincerely as anyone
Hey,
could.
And Violet always
why?
going
You know
unnoticed.
what they say, if the RV's a knock-in, don't expect Mr. Incredible to have left anyone alive.
This.
Here we go.
Just this.
Super suit.
Cool-headedness.
We are talking about the greater good.
Greater good. I am your wife. I'm the greatest good you are ever gonna get.
Honesty.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Veronica has a different outfit.
Debating which hero it is, just like, did this movie predict the MCU?
Uh-huh.
Probably.
Son of a bitch.
She's just terrible at using it.
It did.
Constantly doing dumb things, making mistakes, and putting people in danger.
Oh, whoops.
He created a learning robot that didn't have a contingency for losing his wristband controller. Although I guess it's not like Mr. Incredible is super careful with his like, ingenuity? Creepy ingenuity?
How you doing, honey?
Do I have the answer?
And another human.
Yeah.
hero. Of course she can do it, doesn't mean it's not super painful.
No.
That's what this is? Some sort of workout?
I can't lose you again.
Sincerity. Like,
Yeah.
sincerity. That's not undercut with a joke. It's some weighty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saving your little bro again.
Hey.
Quality time with your son callback.
Yep.
Fire in the hole.
Man.
Hey, the old man.
Ain't no school
Yeah.
like the old school.
Yeah, it was the two old men who were still left alive.
Yep.
I love those guys.
Two of the 9 old men who were left
Son-
alive.
Yeah.
Well, duh. Still awesome.
Bob, throw me!
Throw me.
More unique team.
Mom
And then
javelin.
just immediately assumes the
Card.
pose.
Still not like those Saturday morning cartoon bad guys.
It was perfect.
Really not like that.
That was totally wicked.
Yeah.
Amazing, I guess, kid got his payoff.
Yeah.
You're wearing your hair back.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I just, yeah.
It looks good.
Thanks, Dad.
Just like Bob points
Aw.
out, Violet starts with her hair in front of her face, and as she gains more confidence, and also, very importantly, as her mother shows faith in her, she starts pushing her hair out of her face. Her personality is reflective of it as well as she comes out of her shell. I'll
Yeah.
concede that going on a family adventure and perfecting your superpower doesn't necessarily mean your social anxiety will be cured, but death-defying situations can put things into perspective. And we can all learn to fake it. Look at me, you guys probably think other humans don't terrify me.
Close second.
Yeah, that guy's face.
John
John
Ratzenberger.
Ratzenberger, yes.
Also,
Build the
right
Ratzenberger.
where this one left off in the next one. So, creating a good enough setup worth paying off.
It's just like, God damn it.
Let's do it.
Wham!
And another reimagining of events in this film.
Oh,
3D
it's
animation.
yeah, that was so good.
Yeah.
My favorite things about The Incredibles is that it's a special type of origin story. We're introduced to the world not through a typical "this is how they get their powers" cliche, but through events in the story unfolding. They already have their powers, but they're not superheroes yet, or anymore. That's the real origin story in this film, the family superhero team, which is new compared to the Fantastic Four all you want. The Incredibles are an actual family, which presents lots of interesting dynamics. But really, the most unique part of this film is the first thing you notice when the film starts. The blend of spies and heroes, supervillains and their layers. There's action, but also sneaky espionage stuff. But the best thing this film has going for it is something Brad Bird calls the mundane and the fantastic. Everyone is superpowered, but they still have arguments at the dinner table. They just look a little different. You can be sent a self-destructing message because you're a super secret sneaker, but that doesn't mean you're not going to have to dry everything off with your pink hair dryer after the sprinklers go off.
Yeah.
The battle is epic and tense, but it actually comes down to who has the remote. And it's something that makes not totally
okay,
original
that's...
superheroes. I mean, each has
there's
their
some
official
stuff I want to
version,
touch on
but the
with
characterizations
some other
and
stuff.
struggles these real people go through are what make it work. I made a statement in last week's Black Panther video about being able to relate to Iron Man or Thor or Black Panther. And while my point was that skin color, status, or even species shouldn't matter when relating to characters, that's something that The Incredibles nails. They're just a regular family. The parents have these past lives that they've had to keep hidden in order to protect their children. That's relatable. And the kids are growing into who they're supposed to be and learning new things about themselves. Even when they're trying to save the world or escape the villain's evil clutches, we're still connecting to the family struggle between a brother and sister, or a mother's concern with her appearance after having 3 kids, or how difficult marriage can be when you're unhappy with your job. A large part of this movie is Bob's arc to let go of the past and focus on the now with his family. Although, if Elastigirl is concerned with her butt being too big, can't she just redistribute some of that? It doesn't matter. She's the more mature adult and the one who understands the value and importance of her family right from the beginning. But a midlife crisis is also relatable. The biggest complaint anyone could lob at this film is that you need to be born with abilities rather than develop or invent them. And yes, that's total crap, obviously. Batman and Iron Man exist. Or, well, you know what I mean. But that's not what separates Syndrome from The Incredibles. He wants to be a hero, not do hero work.
Yeah.
That he wants hero. He wants the fame and glory.
He wants the recognition that he didn't get
gets the credit for
as
the
a
collar
kid.
in the beginning, but their drive is not notoriety. It's helping people. At the very worst, Bob wants to relive his glory days, but it's never to serve his ego. Syndrome literally puts people in danger.
He feels
so that
like he can be doing better and doing
he just
more.
A perfect example of someone who perfected
he wants his
talent and
old
worked
life
hard rather than
back.
just being born with a gift. The message of
Just
being
because
who you're
that's where
meant
he
to
felt
be
most
is more my
comfortable.
takeaway. Mr. Incredible failed at being an insurance claims adjuster.
Yep.
He was meant to be a hero. I brought it up a few times, but Michael Giacchino deserves a bunch of credit for his
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Love the music.
points, but he did something special in this film. As you know, I tend to hum the theme from whatever movie I'm working on all week while I'm making these videos, and just yesterday I noticed that Julia was humming the James Bond theme, which means either I switched over, which is possible, or it's so similar in tone that that's what got stuck in her head. So, good on you, Giacchino. This movie is filled with so many beautiful shots and fun ways of framing scenes.
Oh, yeah.
For instance, traveling with Mr. Incredible, hearing the silence cut by the wind whipping. So much character in simple shots like these. Plenty of Easter eggs and references to other movies like the Luxo Deli and Mr. Incredible Pez dispenser, 2 A113s, a car from Cars.
Doc Hudson.
And the whole thing is a love letter to first the golden age of comics and then the silver age, and then obviously retro spy flicks. The detail is off the charts again in this film. To the point where when
Also, the
walking
Hudson
through
Hornet
jungle,
kind
you
of
just
fit with
think,
the time frame
Bob's
anyway.
just walking through the jungle, and then you realize every leaf was deliberately built and placed. Every dead stump, reaching branch, it was all created. For 2004, the hand arc movements are insanely impressive. The waterfalls and lava, everything in this film is gorgeous. And even beyond that, some of the animated locations are just the most beautiful places ever shown in a movie. This entire sequence from the plane going underwater, then transitioning to the tunnel. It's all amazing. And I can't believe we finally got a sequel. I'm excited for that, and here's to 10 more. And if you're in the mood for more Incredibles, which obviously you are, you should go check out my buddies at Wisecrack. They're currently working on their quick take for The Incredibles 2, where they talk about themes and analyze some interesting aspect of the film that never ceases to amaze me. So I'm looking forward to that. The link will be in the description when it's live. And while you're waiting, check out their Earthling Cinema on The Incredibles. They have a totally different take than The Incredibles is, and since it's from an alien's perspective, you know it's got some credibility. Earthling Cinema takes a deep look at stuff going on under the surface using philosophy and intelligent research to make some inspired conclusions. And they've covered a bunch of movies, animation included. But Wisecrack has something for everyone. They love to look deeper into video games, TV shows, current and past movies, even something that I'm fond of, talking about what went wrong with movies that may have missed the mark. So check them out, subscribe to hear about all their new amazing content coming out. Next week, another highly requested movie, actually possibly the first film ever requested. A movie from the series was almost my first video ever, but back then I was only planning on doing the worst of the franchises, not expecting you guys to like videos from good movies.
I love that he's just like...
So, until next week, stay incredible. Is that... Do I have a catchphrase?
Oh, man.
These those guys that tried to kill us. That was the best vacation ever. We're too excited to sleep.
Okay.
Yep.
So.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I fix. All right. And then.
Okay. So, for me, one thing about this film, there was actually 2 things I was hoping he would touch on, but he didn't. But that's okay because
I mean, there's a lot in here. It's.
Oh. There are 2 things that he did to nail the family dynamic. Not so much as something that you would experience in real life because, every family's different and all that. But 2 things that happened. Number 1, the RV scene. The parents arguing over which route to take that will get you there the fastest.
Yeah.
And the kids in the back seat yelling,
Just,
"Are we there yet?"
Yeah.
And then them fighting over the remote. Is this the right button? Click. No, that's not it. Click. Give that to me. Click.
Yeah.
You see, little dynamics like that, the fine little details are what really make a movie for me. And the fact that we got this film back in 2004 and it still holds up today.
It's still one of everybody's favorites.
Yeah.
It's still so good.
It hasn't lost its
luster.
Yeah, and you see, Pixar, I was afraid was going to go down that route when they started doing the Cars movies. When they started doing Cars, and then they did Planes, but then finally, thank God Almighty,
Planes was just Disney Studios, not Pixar.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Planes isn't part of Pixar. It's Disney Studios.
Hold on. Double checking. Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
this is
I'm right.
No. I just had because I could have sworn that it was.
Oh no, we believe you.
That it was Pixar because I thought it said Pixar Studios.
I think the thing that people think it is Pixar because it starts. I don't know if it starts off with this, but I remember the trailer was from above the world of Cars, and they know that it's supposed to be set in the same, universe possibly, but it's not Pixar.
Not wanting to work for me.
Are you connected to the extender?
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually have to connect to it separately. I noticed that.
Also, each Pixar movie, they talk about the hardest thing to animate. And in The Incredibles 1, it was Violet's hair. And
yeah.
You've seen The Incredibles 2, right?
Uh-huh.
You know the hairdryer scene where she's she has the hairdryer and it's all blowing back and she's getting ready for a date?
Oh, yeah.
It went from, just take a moment to think about the progress.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing I will say about The Incredibles 2. The Incredibles 2 did not disappoint. I found it to be an equal sequel because it expanded the world. It made our characters grow up instead of rehash the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
You saw Violet going through her adolescence and not wanting to be a hero anymore, and it because of a knee-jerk reaction over something her dad did that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
And it kind of went back to the beginning of the first one with her wanting to fit in and not wanting all the things that they have to deal with.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're not normal. I want to be normal.
But you expand the world, but you don't lose your focus. Because your focus is still on the family and their dynamic, which is very important. Because a lot of movies, when you start expanding the scope like that, you can just get lost so easily, which was
yeah,
one of my big worries about Infinity War.
Or end up recreating what's already happened.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, you were right. Planes was not picked.
Ha!
Well, no, I mean, I just wasn't 100% sure.
She's so competitive. She punched me.
Well, the fact that they went the Cars
so
route
proud
and they
that
tried
she,
to keep rehashing it over and over and over again,
and it didn't work.
It didn't work. Well, it did in terms of finances, but in terms of critical reception, Cars 2. Actually, let's see here. Critical reception.
Oh Lord.
Critical reception. Every single one of the films has effectively, none of the films from Toy Story to The Incredibles never went below 90 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
And doesn't Cars 2 have like 28 or something? I don't know.
The first Cars movie has a 74. Not bad, but still okay. And then you had Ratatouille, WALL-E, Up, and Toy Story 3, 96, 96, 98, 99. And then you had Cars 2, 40%.
Oh, gosh.
And then you had Brave and Monsters University, both with a 79. Inside Out with a 98. The Good Dinosaur with a 76.
I haven't seen Good Dinosaur.
Well, Finding Dory with a 94.
Or that.
Cars 3 with a 68. And then you had Coco and The Incredibles 2. Coco with a 97, Incredibles with a 94. Now, but all of these films have gone on to immense success.
Yeah.
Huge success. Like, for instance, right now, The Incredibles 2 is the highest grossing Pixar film of all time.
Yeah.
$597 million.
Isn't it still the highest grossing animated? Or the
highest grossing animated? I think so, yes. Because I think originally it belonged to Shrek, like Shrek 2, I believe, for the longest time.
And then I think Frozen took it.
Oh, then Frozen took that crown away from that.
Yeah.
And now The Incredibles 2. I'm hoping they do Incredibles 3. I hope Brad Bird has an idea for Incredibles 3, and it comes out a little bit faster, because I don't mind waiting 4 or 5 years for another Incredibles movie. I just don't want to wait 14 years again. I can't do that, man. Brad, come on, dude.
All right.
Craig T. Nelson if Craig T. Nelson dies, what the hell are we going to do?
Right?
Which one is Craig T. Nelson?
Mr. Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so top 10. Starting at number 1, Incredibles 2.
Yeah.
Of course.
Finding Dory.
Oh.
Shrek 2.
Ah-ha-ha.
Toy Story 3.
Really? Oh, that's right. Toy Story 3. It is above Frozen.
Frozen.
Yep.
Finding Nemo.
Okay.
The Secret Life of Pets.
Yeah. That's the first. That's the second one by DreamWorks. So the top 10's dominated by Pixar and Disney.
Despicable Me 2.
Another DreamWorks.
I'm surprised it wasn't the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the second one was monstrous.
Inside Out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Zootopia.
Zootopia.
So out of the top 10, 7 of them are Pixar or Disney.
Yep.
All right. So the next 5, just to throw them out there. Minions.
Oh, of course.
Shrek the Third.
Oh.
I mean,
yeah.
The most money it made was because of its opening. It made a huge amount in its opening. It just fell off after that.
The Lion King.
Aha! I knew it was up there. That one was number 1 for so freaking long.
Up.
Yeah.
And Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original Shrek is at 18. The Incredibles is now at 20. The original Despicable Me.
Oh, wow.
2010. Or not 2010.
2010.
Well, that's the date it came out. It's at
there.
22. Cars, 25. Brave, 27. WALL-E, 28. Big Hero 6, 29.
Huh. Did you say Cars 3 yet?
No, not yet.
No.
Oh.
Cars 3 didn't make as much.
Yeah.
Cars 3, where are we?
Cars 3 made $191 million. By comparison to the first Cars, which is at 200 and... Oh, wait, no. It made $152 million.
You want to hear something that makes me incredibly angry?
Speak your mind, man.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
No!
And And the Lorax beat out Ratatouille and Tangled.
Ratatouille, though, has more lastability.
Ratatouille's so fucking good.
Ratatouille has more lastability.
It's so fucking good.
I've heard people say that they don't like Ratatouille because it's not relatable enough.
Oh, it's like very relatable.
It's like,
well, those people need to get their brains checked.
Yeah.
It's like Linguini as an adult, like by himself, just trying to make he needs a job and he doesn't have a family or anything.
Yeah, his mother's gone, his father is gone,
and like everyone that he works with hates him pretty much.
Well, they don't trust him. They think he's there to steal something or do something.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Cars was number 25. Cars 3 is number 40. No, Cars 2 is 47. Where is Cars 3?
Cars 3 is way down there. It only made like 150 mil. Only 150 mil.
But
when
also,
you hear how much their budget was, it'll actually shock you.
But also say what you will about. I mean, I understand why people don't like Cars 2, but Cars 1 and Cars 3, the attention to, and I know that this isn't about cars, but the attention to detail that they had to like, and I'm not even a NASCAR fan, but the attention to detail that they had to like NASCAR and everything, and all the legends or whatever they were called in Cars 3 were based off of NASCAR pioneers.
And
Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Darrell Waltrip,
they
Mario
even
Andretti.
like
but I mean like I can't think of the names. Junior Johnson from Cars 3 was the Moonshine one.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
But like they had so much detail in there, and like for example, Jay Leno, who is a huge car guy.
Yeah.
Jay Lemo.
Yeah. The Car Talk guys.
Yeah.
Which made me so happy because I love those guys so much. Let's see.
Also, I remember I watched your guys' reaction to the teaser trailer for Cars 3, even though it was like a 30-second video.
Yeah.
And you're like, is that Bristol?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I honestly think that the first race, the one that they were at in the first race
movie?
in the very beginning of the first one it had to be Bristol.
Well, of course.
Because
they didn't come out and say it.
Yeah, they can't say it because it has to not be in relation to the real world.
So I'm trying to see what
it was called the Speedway of the South, though.
Yeah, which
I mean, it's kind of hard not to dispute it after that.
Yeah.
I turned this into a conversation about cars.
Nah, it's fine. Because
Cars is a Pixar movie.
So, Cars was one of the few movies that I went to see with my dad. Because my dad was very old.
And a car guy.
And kind of a car guy. I mean, he grew up... I mean, he was born in 23.
And that's 1923.
1923. So, like, he watched the progression of automobile design all the way up.
From, like, the Model T until... Until the year he passed away, which was...
Would have been 2000... I'm going to go with 2011.
So, yeah.
It's hard to remember.
That's a hell of a progression, dude. That's a hell
Actually,
of a progression.
no, it wasn't 2000. It was 2011, yeah. Because he would have been 88.
Damn, dude.
Let's see.
All right.
But yeah, and we took him to see Cars. And he wasn't a big fan of the movie itself because You know, it's animated. He's an old guy. You know,
Yeah.
but he could tell every single car in that movie. Like he could tell you the design,
My grandfather was the same way.
Yeah.
He could tell you that was a Ford Fairlane. He could tell you that was a
Hudson Hornet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fabulous Hudson Hornet.
Yep.
Man.
Fabulous. Hudson Hornet.
You know, here we are. We started watching about one great movie, and then we started talking about other movies that we thoroughly enjoyed. And this is every episode of podcast.
I mean, that's just how
Truly.
it goes.
It is, especially around here.
I do like I've said this like every single time, but this kind of reactions, it's like because you relate to other things, and you don't just be like, "Oh, that's cool. Okay, bye, guys."
Yeah, I got words I could say on that, but I'm not gonna.
Calm.
But instead, if you how long have we been going? 42 minutes?
Oh.
Yes, 41 minutes. 40 some odd seconds.
Not the worst. About doubled the video. That's pretty standard for us.
Well, yeah, it is.
But it's after the video, so they don't care. They've already.
It's after the video. They've probably
Some
already
people aren't even
left.
watching right now.
It's fine. But
some people are wondering what the hell I'm doing.
I'm
exhuming a robot.
Yeah.
But I'm betting.
I'm exhuming a robot from its plastic prison.
How's it going over there?
It's going. It's going pretty good.
Yeah, it takes some doing.
But I'm betting Dr. Dell and Generic Let's Play Watcher might still be here. Hi, hello.
Hello.
We notice you.
Yeah, hey.
Hello.
But yeah, if you've enjoyed this reaction turned podcast, let us know in the comments. Also, if you're still here, just say hi.
Yeah. Should we come up with a thing for them to answer again?
Question of the video.
Question
Favorite
of the video.
Pixar film.
Favorite Pixar film is a strong one. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No particular order, top 3.
That's a good one.
Because sometimes picking that top one is real hard.
Oh.
Give me top 3, no particular order. Let's just lessen the anxiety a little bit, because I know that gives me anxiety. But if you want to see more, maybe think about subscribing or joining the Discord. Heather is live streaming as we speak.
Playing them
she's still trying to do Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I think she's playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
But we live stream, we do a lot of stuff, and we never shut up.
And we're experimenting with new stuff.
Ever. So, yeah. So, come back by. Hang around.
Yeah. We'll annoy the shit out of you.
It's what we do. But we have a mute button and a pause button. At least
you all have
you
a
all
back
get
button.
that option.
Yeah.
You love us.
Yeah, he really wishes he could do that with me sometimes.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.